Hey, my beautiful followers. How are you all doing today? I hope you guys are having an amazing day. My selfie stick broke, and so I'm doing this from my computer, which I absolutely hate living from my computer. There's just like such a different feel from living from my phone and living from my computer. Hold on. There we go. But I am here. I am here. Never fear. Um, but today it's been interesting. I've had just a really, truly beautiful day. I spent the day, usually I have a very regimented morning routine, and I, it's not that I'm like, I force myself, but usually I have a flow in the mornings. And this morning I finished my morning manifestation journaling that I do every single morning because it feels amazing. I love it. And then like right after that, I was doing some things and I was like, I want to go have coffee with a friend. Let's just start the morning out with like some yummy coffee. And so I changed my routine up this morning, got some really good, just like girl talk in, which was nice. And so, yeah, it's just been a really amazing day. And now I get to see my yummy clients that I absolutely adore. But some of you know, I haven't talked a ton about it on here, but some of you know I am currently looking for a home. I'm trying to get a new place to live because I don't love my current location. I'm just feeling it was beautiful and wonderful and it served its purpose, and now it is time for me to move on to another location. And so I'm looking at finding a house. And today I got a message from my realtor, and the realtor said that these people won't give me the house because I don't have kids and I'm not married. They think they have deemed it inappropriate for me to have so much space, to have to have a couple thousand square feet. They say that it's inappropriate and too much space for any single woman. And they kind of rambled on and on about it. But it really got me thinking. And first of all, I got my back up. I did. I felt my ego because I was like, who are you to deem how much space I get and what I get to do with that space? And so I did. I got in my ego, and then I was like, wow, you're really profiling me. You're really profiling me. I don't have any children of my own, but I actually have lots of children in my life that I love to come and play with me and like hang out, and I got to get my good Paw Patrol time in and just like really connect. And I got angry, and I ended up I was like, this is not your fault, to the realtor, but I was like if I was married with kids, this wouldn't even be a question. Like this wouldn't even be a question, but because I'm not married, even though I do have men in my life, because I don't have a ring on my finger, and because I don't have children that came from me, nieces and nephews obviously don't categorize, even if they're going to spend the night and things. So it really just got me first frustrated, and then it was like, okay, this is actually really interesting. First of all, like, what archaic thoughts, because this is actually not the only house that had this issue. This is not the only people who were like, that's too much space for you. Even my realtor is like, really, you need this much space? I'm like, I have a little bit of a princess complex. I like my space. I like to have my meditation area. I like to have my office area. I like to have my breakfast nook. I do. I like, that's me. But it really got me thinking about how interesting this is, because first of all, we profile all the time. We are always profiling. We are always judging people. And then also the deeming what other people need. I see every day in my coaching practice with clients. And I was actually having a similar conversation the other day with a single man that I'm working with, and how his extended family doesn't quite understand that his work time is his work time, and just because he's single doesn't mean that he is always available, or that he's not working or he's not busy. And so it was this conversation about boundaries. And then also his girlfriend, the same thing, is like, well, like, you're single, like, why do you need time alone? And so there is this profiling kind of going on. I don't think we realize how much we truly do profile, because you think like, oh, a mom with a ton of kids, and then you immediately come up with like a list of, well, she must be like there's a reason we have mom jeans. There's a reason we have a thing called mom jeans, because we think, oh, a woman who has children, she's not sexual anymore. She's like frumpy, she's not interesting. She doesn't have a world outside of her kids. I hear all the time from like, I'll watch like some of my friends get pregnant for the first time, and their families will be like, well, your life is over. Like, you don't matter anymore. You don't matter. Like, you are now like a mom. And so that's a profiling. And men, lots of times we think like, oh, well, men, they don't care about connection. They don't care about sex. They're just in it for one thing. And yes, there are those men who are in relationships or whatever it is for just like that one thing. But because the truth is like that prejudice does come from someplace, because there are men that are like that. However, I meet beautiful, amazing men that are in their sex to really connect, to really have a connection with somebody, to really fill themselves, to really know themselves at a deeper level. They're not just in it for one thing. And you can really look at so many other profiles. We can go into like the racism thing, which I'm not going to do. We can go into the gender thing, and really it is how you're perceiving it. Because like, I have one person recently that I met, and they're like, oh, you're so young. And I'm like, I'm not old. I don't think I'm like super old. But next week I'll be 34 on Wednesday. Remember, it is Addison's birthday on Wednesday. Yes. You can feel free to send presents. No. But I'm like, she's like, oh, you're such a baby. And I'm like, I would not describe myself as a baby anymore at 34 years old. I'm a middle-aged woman. I'm a middle-aged woman at this point. And so, it is how we perceive people. And it's just, I find it very interesting. And I think I want you guys to think about how you're perceiving others in your life, because I'm a sex and relationship coach, but I talk about relationships of all kind, because guess what? You are probably profiling and have a thought pattern about the people in your life that you are romantically involved in as well. So you might have like this, especially if you're dating, like I see it all the time in my dating clients that think, oh, well, she's a woman, so she's going to be needy. She's always going to be texting me. She's like, because that's what women do. And, men, he's just going to want to have sex because, that's all that matters to men. And even in like long-term marriages, I see this, like, oh, well, she's a stay-at-home mom. She doesn't really do anything. Like, she's just like home with the kids. Like, so I want you to really think about like the top 5 people in your life and think, how do I put them in a box? How do I profile them? How do I go, oh, well, they're just single, they're just female, they just have red hair, they just are blonde, they're male, they're this age, they're that age. I can tell you, like, if you look at age, like, there's times when I have my nieces or my nephews come up to me and they're like 6 and they'll say something, I'm like, wow, that was really profound. That was incredibly profound. And I've been with 60-year-old men that they say nothing that is super profound. So we think we put people in boxes, and then we like to try to keep them in these boxes. And then on top of, like, once we start to profile somebody, once we start to box somebody in, what we end up doing is thinking we know what they need. Just like the other realtor, not my realtor, but the other realtor thinks, well, she doesn't need that much space. I'm like, first of all, there's needs and wants. I don't need that much space, but I want that much space. But there's also like if we take this into more of a relational aspect, I think I've seen it in even men I've dated and sexual relationships I've had. They're like, oh, well, you just need to do this. You just need to do that in the bedroom. You know, I have people tell me all the time with my business, oh, you just need to do it this way or do it that way. We think we know what other people in our lives need, and we like to tell them about what they need. And so today I really want you to think, first of all, how are you profiling and boxing people in your life? Thinking you know them, you know their little box. You've stopped thinking about them outside of that box. How do you do that with people you don't know? If you meet somebody, do you immediately go, oh, they're single, they're married, they're black, they're white, they're, you know, this way, they're that way, and start to kind of box them in? FYI, we all do. That is human nature. We try to kind of fit people into our worlds. And there's got to be some way we do this. However, it is very important to reach outside of that box and start to transform those beliefs about different people and realize when we are getting incredibly stuck. We're getting incredibly stuck with allowing somebody to grow, allowing somebody to expand, or just allowing somebody to be themselves. And then I want you to take those same people, again, take like 5 people, and then think about how you think you know what they need. Because we can give suggestions to people, but oftentimes we will never know what they need. We don't know unless they're coming to us and going, you know, I really need more physical affection. I really need more affirmation. I really need more money. I really need this. I really need that. Who are we to go, oh, I know what this person needs or doesn't need? That is us getting into our egos and truly disconnecting from that other person, because usually when we think we have this kind of schema of like what we think somebody else needs, we stop listening. We go, oh, yeah. And we don't actually listen to what they're saying. I need this. And we think, oh, well, the truth is my box of them is this. So we really stop the communication at that point. And this happens in all our relationships and also in our romantic relationships, especially. I see this all the time with my couples clients when it comes to sex. The man or the woman think that they know what that other partner needs. And so they really, truly stop communicating. They really stop listening and soaking in what that other person is trying to communicate. So again, your homework for Addison and Leash today is to take the 5 top people in your life. Take 5 people that are close to you and think, how do you box them in? And then how do you think you know what they need? And how are you potentially not really listening to their true needs, desires that they are communicating? So yeah, just some food for thought for you guys on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. So before I jump off, letting you guys know I still have a couple spots open for my fall 2019 program. So jump over to my coaching page and check those out. You can fill out a consult to work with me. Outside of that, I have an amazing workshop coming up with the beautiful and amazing Kendall Williams. We will be talking about sexy and what it is. It's going to be called Only Sexy Men Need Apply. That is in Plano, Texas. We're going to be talking about dating, and we're going to be talking about how to not box somebody in, how to truly listen, how to truly communicate, how to get that foundation of the relationship, how to be that man, because this is a men's, sorry ladies, this is a men's workshop, but how to be that man that attracts that woman that you truly want, and how to live up to that, and how to really recognize if you're reaching for something you're not quite ready for yet, and you might need to do some internal work. So it's going to be hot, it's going to be sexy, and yes, it's going to be incredibly educational. I am so excited about this workshop. So you can go over to my website, and under the events tab, you can sign up for Only Sexy Men Need Apply. Outside of that, if you're not in the DFW area, just check in, because in the next day or two, I will be putting out my online program, The Unlived Life, which is going to be all done from Belize, ass in the sand with a drink in hand. Now we're going to be talking about living the truly lived life. Like, I want you to live the fuck out of your life. So just keep posted on that. That will be coming out in the next day or two. It is not quite ready to launch yet, but if you want to be on the launch list, please just PM me and I'll make sure that when that comes out, I send you a personalized message with all the deets to get into that online program. Other than that, I'm going to go see my amazing clients, and I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day as well. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow for another Addison Leashed. Bye, guys.